Hi everyone, it's Luke and Leo here from Everything Dragon.
Hi.
And today we are going to be talking about the book Dragonology. Now I got this book for my birthday a little while ago and I haven't really gotten round to looking at it properly, and we said that we wanted to do a video about it. So should we get started? Now my first glimpses of this book is it's really, really nicely made. I mean, I'll put it on this camera as well, but the details in there, like the little green emerald style crystals in there, and the foiling on the picture in the middle, a lovely picture of a dragon. It's a really nicely made book. And we've got the other camera here just sort of showing the detail in it. So to start with, you have a letter here that comes in the book, which is just a nice should we read this? Shall I read this? It says, "To whom it may concern, Dragonology is the proper study of the dragonologist or student of dragon lore. Since the occasion when Merlin found two mighty dragons fighting each other beneath the castle of King Vortigern, Dragonology has been the study of magicians and students of the arcane sciences the world over. Knowledge of dragons has been passed down over the years of their history, their different types, the true sightings of dragons, where they might be found, how they may be tamed or slain, and how and why the student may learn to use them and their various parts to his advantage. Also, perhaps the most important thing, why such knowledge should never be used against them. And above all that, dragons, like so much of the flora and fauna of this fleeting world of ours, are rare indeed, and it would be a shame to see them disappear forever. So I have set this knowledge down, student dragonologist, not that you might seek out and destroy the few dragons that remain, but that you might learn about them, and indeed help them to stay concealed, for the wise learn much, see much, know much, but disturb little. I have lived long among dragons, but my life is almost over, and my final accomplishment as a dragon master is to pass on this knowledge to someone worthy of its keeping." Well, there we go. And that is by Dr Ernest Drake, who was the novel, is the novel of this book. But this book is just full of lovely little touches like that. We've got here, library card, Ernest Drake. Can we flick it up? Like some old draconic language, shall we say. I'm not going to go into too much detail of this book, Leo, because we want people to buy the book themselves and discover this stuff. What do you think? But we will have a little look. So we'll turn straight over, forward, an introduction to Dragonology and a lovely picture. What do you think of that, Leo?
Cool.
Look, we've got some argue that dragons cannot have 4 legs and 2 wings because no known vertebrate has more than 4 appendages.
Some dragons don't have wings.
No, some dragons don't have wings. This one, he's got his wings down here. We'll probably see a bit more as we get through the book. Here we are, look. This you've got on here, a dragons of the world, locations and directions. The different types of dragons and where you might find them across the world. But again, we won't go into too much detail because you should check this book out for yourself. I'm sure you can probably get it on Amazon. Different species of dragons. So I think there's quite a few pages will be dedicated to that. But again, if we look over here, you can see this is like a nice sort of feeling, sort of sensory touch kind of thing. Specimen, membrane, frost dragon juvenile. Yeah, have a look.
Like his skin?
Yeah, juvenile. So like a little one, a young one. Have a feel look. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, isn't it? I know the Nucker dragon was a famous legend in Europe, particularly the United Kingdom, the Nucker. And on to this one, Eastern dragons. Now, Eastern dragons, you see quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. Look at the scales there.
It was a lot different.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Glistening. Lovely colours. Eastern dragons we see a lot in like Chinese mythology and various other parts of Asia. A sign of luck, like Chinese New Year and the New Year of the dragon. Or the lindworm, which doesn't have wings. Well, most of
I've heard that.
most of the Eastern dragons don't have wings. And then other dragons on this section. That one doesn't have any legs at all. That looks more like a kangaroo. This one down here.
This one just feels like.
Look at this one.
This one feels like an orange.
It does, and it looks a little bit like an orange
An
as well,
orange
doesn't it?
peel, not the actual orange.
A marsupial dragon, which would be like this, I suppose, looking a
It
bit
looks
more
like a kangaroo.
It does, doesn't it? Kangaroo type dragon. Now this is a good part. Look, we can see the dragon. If we go right back to the start here, the dragon with its scales and the different parts open up. That's the muscles of the dragon there. And then when we open the next page, the dragon's skeleton. See, that's quite cool, isn't it? And showing how a dragon flies.
That'd be in a museum.
Very cool. Very cool. Oh, look. Now we've got dragon eggs on this next page. Do you want to flip those up? See what's underneath? Ah, look. That's a dragon. That's what a dragon looks like when it's just first forming. I want to so the people can see. Like a very little dragon. I'm assuming that that's as it grows in the egg and gets bigger. So then this one, look how cramped it is in that egg. That's like waiting to burst out like it has here. There, look. There we go. The difference: male dragon, female dragon. As I said, we don't want to go into too much detail on this book, because you can check it out for yourselves if you want to buy a copy.
And you can
we talk about the different here. This is a good bit as well. Look, the different stones and crystals that dragons like to hoard. So diamonds, amethyst, emerald, and ruby.
I've heard of ruby, emerald, and amethyst, and diamond.
Well, Gem's got an emerald in a ring that I bought her. And we've got an amethyst crystal on the shelf up there, actually. Oh, whoops. Working with dragons and finding and tracking dragons for the dragon explorers among us.
So dragons eat other dragons?
Oh, maybe if they were hungry enough. Would you eat another human if you were hungry enough?
No.
No? Are you sure? You've never been hungry enough. We've just had a barbecue, actually, so I don't think you're hungry at all right now.
No. I'm quite full.
Working with dragons, taming and flying dragons. Now that is something I would like to do. What about you?
It's a massive.
Riding on a dragon's back and flying
How
on
tall
it.
do you think it would be if you saw it in real life?
Well, that dragon. Well, judging by the size of that person there compared to how long it's going to be up on its legs up there, what we're going to say?
It's going to be bigger than
18
the picture.
It's probably going to be about 40 foot tall. 40 foot, probably something like that. I imagine if you go into more detail in the book, it will tell you about how big different types of dragon can get. Now we've got what we've got here. Look, dragon dust. That is.
Is that one done?
Dragon ducks. A dragonological laboratory. Different things. That's dragon dust that must have been left behind. It says collected in 1869. That dragon dust. Yeah, it's behind the plastic.
1869?
Yeah.
More than 100 years ago.
Look, it's on that side. There we go. Look. Dragon dust. Well, I think this is spells and
There's
charms.
another note there.
Another note. So there is. Ooh. Let's see what's in here, shall we? Oh, hang on. I think this one is written in. This one's written in the dragon language.
I can't tell what it's saying.
I think there's a bit that tells you how to translate it in the book somewhere, which we.
But you can read it if you get it.
Yeah, if you get it yourself, then you can translate it. Dragonologists and dragon slayers of
I
history.
think I've seen that picture before.
Well, that looks like Merlin. Sure, yeah, Merlin. It's got to be Merlin, hasn't it?
Yeah, not in this book, though, but I saw it in a...
Definitely. Now look at the eye here.
That head is massive enough. That'd be a massive.
Yeah. No, this is a fantastic book. So, by Dr Ernest Drake, I would definitely recommend you heading onto Amazon and picking yourself up a copy of this. I don't know how much it is because it was a birthday present for me, but it's a lovely looking book. And as I say, I didn't want to go into too much detail with it because I didn't want to spoil it for those of you who may well read it. But I think me and Leo will probably check it out in a bit more detail later. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll read it properly. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again in the next video. Bye.
Bye.